French explorer Robert de La Salle discovered the forks of Ohio in his 1669 expedition down the Ohio River from Lake Ontario and Quebec. In 1749, French soldiers from Quebec launched a serious expedition to the forks in hopes of uniting French Canada with French Louisiana via the rivers. During 1753 to 1754, the British hastily built Fort Prince George, but a larger French expedition forced them to evacuate and constructed Fort Duquesne on the site. After the French abandoned and destroyed Fort Duquesne in 1758, defeated by General John Forbes, Forbes ordered the construction of Fort Pitt, named after British Secretary of State William Pitt the Elder. He also named the settlement between the rivers Pittsborough. In 1785, Pittsburgh became a possession of the state of Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh was a rapidly growing city. One of its earliest industries was building boats for settlers to enter the Ohio country. In 1786, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette was started, and in 1787, the Pittsburgh Academy was chartered. By 1797, glass began to be manufactured in the city as the population grew to around 1,400. By 1815, Pittsburgh was producing significant quantities of iron, brass, tin, and glass products. The American Civil War boosted the city's economy with increased production of iron and armaments. Steel production began in 1875 when Andrew Carnegie founded Carnegie Steel Company. In 1901, the U.S. Steel Corporation was formed, and by 1911, Pittsburgh was the nation's 8th largest city, producing between a third and a half of the nation's steel. Beginning in the 1980s, the city shifted its economic base to education, tourism, and services. While 680,000 people lived in the city proper in 1950, a combination of suburbanization and economic turbulence caused a sharp decrease in the city population to just 330,000 in the year 2000. Pittsburgh can be broken down into the downtown area and 4 main areas surrounding it: North Side, South Side, East End, and West End. Before the 1990s, the cultural district of Pittsburgh was a seedy, disheveled area plagued by adult theaters, sex shops, and empty storefronts. But now the district attracts more than 1 million people a year to its 5 theaters, 3 art galleries, and numerous shops and restaurants, many of which are housed in restored 19th century loft buildings. A few interesting sites in downtown Pittsburgh are the Byam Theater, Pittsburgh's only remaining vaudeville house. An abandoned Lowe's movie theater was restored in 1971 by Jack Hines and became a Hines Hall, the house of the Pittsburgh's Symphony Orchestra. O'Reilly Theater, the only brand new theater in the district, and home of the Pittsburgh Public Theater. The Benedum Center, which hosts performances by Pittsburgh's leading ballet, opera, and musical theater companies. Watercolors Gallery. New David L. Lawrence Convention Center. Senator John Hines Pittsburgh Regional History Center. Downtown's most artistic public spaces, Agnes R. Katz Plaza. Grant Street is Pittsburgh's Power Alley, home to its courts and the heavy metal commerce that once made it a spectacular, fire-breathing city. If you ever get a chance to visit the Strip District on a Saturday morning, you'll enjoy the hectic and fun atmosphere of a multinational city. In the early 19th century, the Strip District was home to many mills and factories. By the early 20th century, the Strip District became a vibrant network of wholesalers, warehouses, and many restaurants and grocery stores were built there to feed the hungry shift workers at any hour of the day. Today it's an amazing place, where every person will find a store to his or her taste. Pittsburgh is a magnificent city. There is so much in it that's impossible to cover it all in such a short period of time. Let's meet at the corner of 5th and Smithfield under Kaufman's Clock next time to continue our exploration of the life in the city of Pittsburgh.
Spend the captain. Here we go. Alamalu, I get Timmon. Here we go. The other team won't gain any ground because the defense is gonna bring the steel curtain down.